Hey guys, this is part two to the Hellgate faction video. That first one, as I was just after I got done moving my camera and stuff around on the screen with the program, just it froze on me, and I had no choice. I thought I was actually going to lose the whole video and re-record everything, so I'm glad the video actually saved after it got froze like that. So I'm just going to make part two. We're going to try to make a team here around these new soul troops. I'm going to use some Pharaoh's Rye in here. And so let's go ahead, and this will be part two of this faction and these troops with it. So I think I'm going to go for Mountain Crusher here as a weapon because it's a great mana generator. As for troops, we want to go Pharaoh's Ra. And Pharaoh's Ra is in the Forge. Well, that's all colors. That's what didn't come up. Pharaoh's Ra is in the Forge this week, so I do have two of these guys. You could just crafting one is good enough. It's the best soul troop in the game because it gains 150% bonus to souls, and if you have two of them, that's twice the bonus there. But we want to use the new troops here as well. So I'm going to go New Kingdom. We're going to go Hellgate, wherever it is. Hellgate, and let's see. Well, this is a good mana generator. It also has the 50% bonus souls. But as far as damage, we want this guy right here because it's going to do damage to all. So I could do something like this with two Pharaoh's Ra. If you don't have Pharaoh's Ra, then you could just throw something like this guy right in here with a Pharaoh's Ra. And that would be pretty good too. But since we have Mountain Crusher here, I think something like that. And I know most people won't be able to do this, the double Pharaoh's Ra. Um, so let me actually just do one Pharaoh's Ra, and we'll do this guy just to start out with. But again, we're gonna need a way before Judge Dredd, before we cast Judge Dredd, we're gonna need a way to actually get all the souls that we need. And so how do we do that? Well, we're going to need to cast Pharaoh's Ra probably in this situation a couple of times, or use this a couple of times. Or there's another troop that we could use besides, Hellgate here. There are some other troops. I do like using, there's a troll, the Dark Troll right here, because it'll double the number of purple on the board, and it also gains souls whenever you cast it, so I would do something probably like this, and that way you're going to be able to go ahead and fill up these guys. And when you cast that, that'll really help. And then Judge Dredd will be there as just a really good damage source. So I might do something like that, and we'll go ahead and do ourselves a probably a double purple brown. Looks like it's a negative to blue, which is going to affect Pharaoh's Ra a little bit, but not much because most of our mana is going to come from brown and purple. So I think the silver banner there should work pretty good. Titan class is good because it'll give us barrier and it has lightning strike. But you could also go for the Archmagus class, which is going to give you a double bonus to purple, as well as it also has lightning strike. The only thing it doesn't have is the rock solid, so you're going to be a little bit, left open to some damage with that. But anyway, let's go ahead and do this team, and then we'll do a delve with this. And then I'm just curious to see what a double Pharaoh's Ra looks like with this. And remember, the higher the souls are, the more damage that Judge of the Dead is going to do. So that's going to be really important. And right here, we can cast this, and right away our souls is up to 100. Now all we need is the Judge to be fully powered up, and we will kill everything in one hit. So let's go, let's annihilate all these teams here in this delve. And we have Potion of Enchantment and the Explosion, which is really nice. So we'll go ahead and do this, and right there we're at 100. So what's the bonus here? We have 48 damage there plus 50, because half of 100 is 50. So it's basically going to do, 98 damage? And of course one survives, right? So, but Pharaoh's Ra should be powered up in just a second. We can use that, finish him off. And we'll work our way through here. This one, the orcs are a little bit annoying to fight against because they usually, a lot of these guys spawn like a second troop when they die. So it's a little more of a drawn out battle. But there we go, we got that powered up, and yep, this is gonna do almost 100 damage there. First rod's almost powered up. And I'll snipe that guy. So, this is really, you just need a way to gain souls. And the Dark Troll does do that pretty well as generate the right color of mana for the Judge and for Pharaoh's Rod. That's why I like using it a lot. Mountain Crusher works pretty good too for the mana generation part, but for actually getting your souls up there, because see, like here, our boost is only a 3 damage here because our souls are so low up there. So that's why casting this guy is important. And now we're going to do 100 damage to all enemies. And that's some of the highest that I've seen for damage all of any troop in the game. So it does have the potential to get really high. We're just going to... It just relies on Pharaoh's Ra or some other troop that has a bonus to souls. But yeah, it's a nice new troop. I do like that they gave us a few new troops here to play around with as far as farming for souls. At the same time, it's a really good damage troop. So if you, it probably will do pretty decent in PvP. Although there are some annoying issues, like there's a lot of troops in PvP that can submerge, and submerge will dodge this kind of damage type. So that's what I foresee probably being the worst, the one thing that can counter this troop. Alright, cast this, get those things full. Go ahead and cast this. It doesn't really matter if there was enough purple, just casting that alone gets me up there to my max souls at the top. And for that 100 souls, we're actually gaining, it's 254 souls for just that. Now, one thing, you know, an actual farming team where you don't have the Potion of Explosion enchantment, a team that's just like this could probably still work pretty good for explore battles. And I would recommend doing it on, like, you know, pretty much the lowest. Like, if I was going to farm souls right now, I'd probably go with, like, level 1 difficulty and explore. And just have a team that's like this, where you want it to be fast. You want to be able to kill everything with one hit. And you're just going to keep doing that over and over until you get a lot of souls from it. So here we are, we got our chest from that battle, and lots of good rewards right in there. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like with a second Pharaoh's Ra, which unfortunately it's going to hurt our speed a little bit because we won't have Dark Troll in there. So if we put a second Pharaoh's Ra, it's going to slow us down a little bit, but I'm kind of curious to see what... And actually, I probably could. Let's go ahead and take this. Instead of doing it here, I'm going to copy this team. Let's go to Explore and just do a quick battle here at level 1. Okay, so this is level... We're going to go in, we're going to exit out. We're going to change the level of difficulty on this. Because we don't really need it that high. So we're going to go down here to... You could do 2, but, you know, 1 is fine. It doesn't really matter for souls as far as I know. And here I already had kind of this is basically the team I was working with, except I was using Essence of Evil instead of Mountain Crusher. But let's go ahead and paste in our other team with Mountain Crusher, and let's do one battle really quick with this, which is one Pharaoh's Rod, and see what we get and explore. And then we'll go ahead and put in a second Pharaoh's Ra. So I'll go ahead and explode that, and then we'll do this. And so we got 92 out of 100. We'll snipe something here really quick. Now we're 100. Cast this, kill everything. Pretty quick, pretty just fast. Okay, so we get 254 souls is basically the same that we were getting over in the other delve there. So I'm going to put a second Pharaoh's Ra in here. And my only choice is basically I either replace my hero or I replace Dark Troll for this. And you know, it's a little tricky here, but I think we'll try it both ways. We can do this and see. The thing about this is that it won't start with 50% mana now because my hero class is out of there. So that's a little unfortunate. But we'll see how this goes. And we got that powered up. Once I got that, we can do this. And we don't have everything yet. Cast this. Okay, so it's 160 up there. And at 160, it's doing an extra 80 damage added to my 34. And we are over 100 damage to all enemies. Now, obviously, we don't need that much damage, but that's just the way it is. And now we're getting 406 souls. So let's change out. Let's see. If I change out the Dark Troll, we're going to need to cast Pharaoh's Ra in there. So that's going to slow it down a little bit too. But let's just go ahead and try it. Judge Dredd is really just in there for the damage. You could really do anything else, like even the Dragon Soul would work with that, but I'm trying to use, you know, some new troops here instead of the old ones that I used all the time. And wow, our gems really, we did not get good matchups here. I'll go ahead and explode that, and we really need to get a Pharaoh's Ra powered up, so we're going to have to cast Mountain Crusher a couple of times. Now we got that powered up, and it's still not at the full maximum. So we're going to need to cast the Pharaoh's Ra a second time. And now we're at 160 there. Then we can cast the Judge. And 406. So with two Pharaoh's Ra, we're getting 406. And with just one Pharaoh's Ra, but this really is slower. The Dark Troll is probably the way to go. But let me see here. Let's actually try some of these Hellgate troops in here. Where is it? Right there. And so this guy is going to gain 1 soul for each purple gem. So, I mean, it's not really that much. This here gains 20 souls if the enemy dies. There really isn't a lot of ways with the new troops to gain souls, which I would say is probably the one downside of... so instead of 2 Pharaoh's Ra, you could do this guy here. That's a 50%. Let's say you have no Pharaoh's Ra, and you want to farm souls here with this kind of a team. You know, Fury is going to give you 50% bonus. Well, that's starting with mana, so that won't actually do that either. You could do something like this. 2 of those guys, Judge of the Dead and Mountain Crusher. Could do something like that. You're going to get a bonus 100 to souls because you got 2 of these guys in here. And let's just see how this goes. And of course, the enemies are so low health, we might not even get far enough in there. Alright, so we're going to cast this. We gained, we're up to 38 there now. Explode this, and we'll do this again. And we only ended up at 66 out of 80. But that's 168 souls we got there. Yeah, that's really the issue with this troop, I think, is like the way to gaining souls with that. So what I would say is we need to, yeah, these new troops, there's a little bit of trouble with that as far as like gaining souls. Like this has gained 5 souls. That's really what we need, is a troop that's going to gain souls when we cast its ability. See, and even though this has 50% bonus to souls, it doesn't allow you to gain any. So you could use something like this. Soul Zara here, deal triple damage and gain triple souls. It'll gain 10 souls and gains triple if the enemy's life is greater, which that works, you know, if you're a lower level. We have the Dragon Soul, which gains 15 souls and explodes, so that might be a really great option. Plus, it does damage to all enemies. That's why the Dragon Soul is honestly one of the best soul farming troops. I think it still is. It doesn't have the damage potential, though, that Judge of the Dead has. And it doesn't have the bonus, the 50% bonus to souls. So you're a little left out with that. But this also gains 10 souls. So that's an interesting troop there. Boosted by souls, but doesn't gain souls. The Warg gains 10 souls. And it's doing damage boosted by souls collected. So that's a pretty good damage potential on that, too. More of a sniper. So there's a few troops here that I need to really play around with more. But, you know, let's go ahead and see. Like, the big damage is coming from this guy. And if you're farming for souls, that's kind of what I'm seeing here right now, is that if you're farming for souls, this is not really your go-to troop. If you want to gain souls and do a lot of damage on top of that, Judge of the Dead is the one to go for. But if you just are doing soul farming, you probably want to, you know, not have that in there. Because it doesn't give you a bonus to souls as far as gaining them. Like this has 50% bonus to souls. Dragon Soul doesn't, but it's still going to do the damage to all enemies. It will give you mana generation as well as gain souls. So Dragon Soul is still one of the best soul farming troops. And if we put a Pharaoh's Ra in there on top of that, let's go ahead and do that and see. But I still do like Dark Troll, because it generates mana as well as gains souls. And Dark Troll does work well with the Dragon Soul as well. And there, the Dragon Soul, we just cast that, and it gains some souls. So we got 305 out of that. So if we go in here, let's go ahead and put the Dark Troll back in there. Dark Troll. And where shall it go? Probably... Well, the thing about the Dark Troll is it does not have the bonus to souls, but it does have great for gaining souls. So, you know, that's where it's a little tricky, too. Especially if you don't have a Pharaoh's Ra, it becomes even a little more tricky, because you want to gain as much souls as you can. Um, so yeah, but I'll have to play around with it a little bit more, and we'll have to see if there's some other some team that I can come up with that's better than the tried and true um, Umbra Wolf, Pharaoh's Ra, Dragon Soul, and you can put another random troop or weapon in there. That's pretty much the team that I always use to farm with for souls, and it's still a pretty good one if you're just farming for souls, which is basically you're going to the lowest difficulty and explore, just doing battle after battle. There's really no challenge to it. You're just doing it to gain the souls. Um, but yeah. And as far as the weapon goes, the weapon itself for this event doesn't really gain souls. It's just going to do damage based on the souls that you have collected. So, yeah. So that's all I got for you here today with this faction. And I'll have to play around a little more with some teams and troops with some of those troops. But yeah, this concludes part 2 of the Hellgate faction and troops that come with it and soul farming, that sort of thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later.